What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Good Success Quick Tips. I'm Josh Culler, and back with me again we got Gary Harper, who has been on several quick tips before, and we have actually had a quick tip on virtual wholesaling, but Gary is going to talk about virtual acquisitions, which is a topic that a lot of people like, is the acquisitions topic, but not many have heard how to virtually acquire houses. So Gary's going to talk about that today. He's done it a lot. He was a salesman for Michigan when we had the Michigan territory working for HouseSmart, and so he has a lot of experience in that. So Gary, what do you have for us today?
Thanks, Josh. Thanks for having me on again. And listen, acquisitions is key to a good deal. I mean, we have to acquire properly. And so when we get into this whole model and this whole mindset of doing it virtually, you have to have the right resources and the right information to do it properly. And you know, here's another thing too. So many people think about virtual, Josh, and they think of Michigan, right? You said that. And they think of Texas. And when we're here in Indiana, virtual can be done in my backyard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could do virtual wholesaling 5 miles down the road. It's not about that. It's about doing it in a single location where you don't have to get out. You don't have to go looking at the houses and doing all that. So, unfortunately for me, I was kind of forced into this path in 2011, 2012 because I got sick. And I had an illness with Lyme disease that actually held me into a chair, right? And I was stationary. I had to figure out a way to do this business without going to Michigan. And so I found myself looking at the systems and the processes of how we could do it. And that was the key. The key to virtual wholesaling is having the right people, processes in place that are going to help you. So let me start with this. If you're doing virtual wholesaling today and you don't have the right relationships, you're hindering yourself. And what I would recommend you do, and this is what I did, was I got great relationships going with contractors. I got great relationships going with realtors. And yes, realtors. I love using realtors. I think realtors protect us. They protect the general public. They are there for a reason, and we should use them. They have the knowledge of the business. We're investors. We're not realtors, right? You're not a realtor. I'm not a realtor. We're investors. And the thing with investors is, we're looking to capitalize on real estate through real estate investing. Now, a realtor is there to guide us and to protect us and keep us within the restraints of the guiding principles of the real estate laws. And so use them. Go out and get familiar with those people in your areas. And what I'll tell you to do is, whether or not you're doing it in your backyard or you're doing it in a state away, you build that relationship. And so what I would do is I would get a realtor and I would ask for them to help me with obtaining the properties and a list of properties in my desired state or my desired area in which I wanted to acquire. Then number two is I'd ask them for a BPO, a broker price and opinion, and I'd pay them for it. I'd say, hey, listen, I'm willing to pay you for your time and effort to give me a broker price and opinion on this list of houses or this one or two houses that I'm interested in acquiring. And so now I'm looking, and it's so important that you acquire property and you get it at the right price. And the way you do that is by knowing the market and knowing the after repair value of that property, especially if it's one that needs repaired. And so with a realtor, they're going to be able to help guide you in that area and tell you what the market's paying in that area and what the ARV is, run comps for you, give you that BPO and broker price and opinion. And so now I have that. And then I'd ask for a repair estimate. Hey, now what, from the realtor, what, if I was to buy this property, what kind of repairs do I need to do to get it to that ARV? And they would give me that feedback. Many times what I would do is I'd go with a realtor and they'd Skype with me in the property and they'd show me the property. They'd send me pictures and they would take time to Skype with me or FaceTime with me and give me the opportunity to see inside the property. So they're allowing me that view as well. So those are the systems and processes I would do. And then once I had the ARV, I had the BPO, and then I had an estimated repairs that needed to be done, I'd send it off the relationship with my contractor and somebody that I trusted, somebody that's become maybe as a referral. And the realtors are great in that way too. The realtors will help you find people that are licensed and can do a good work for you, and then you get that repair price or that cost of repairs from that contractor. Now what do you have? You have the ARV, you have pictures and information about the property, you have comps, right? You have a repair estimate, and that's the battle. That's the battle with acquiring, because if you have that knowledge, the fear's gone. We replace fear with knowledge. And when we have the right knowledge and we use the right resources to obtain the right knowledge, that's good information for us. Now we've replaced the fear, and now we can act by making the right decision. And that's how I like to acquire. I like to acquire the right way, where we have the right resources, the right people, the right knowledge, feeding me the right information, so that I can actually acquire properly. So it's extremely important for me when acquiring virtually to have the right resources and knowledge, and partnering with the right people to help me acquire properly.
Yeah, and then of course after that, then you have the good relationship with the seller, and then you send them the contract and make the deal virtually as well. I mean,
absolutely,
it can all be done virtually. So good spin on that, though. I appreciate that. So that's going to do it for today's Quick Tip episode. Thank you, Gary, for being on, and we'll have you back shortly. So if this did provide value for you guys, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube or like our Facebook page, however you're watching this video by. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.